All right, let's dive in. Welcome to a deep dive all about Moroccan football legends.
Ooh, I like this one.
You know, it's more than just like scores and wins and stuff.
Oh, yeah, way more.
We're going to find out how these guys, these players, how their stories connect with like national pride and identity and all that.
I love that.
So cool, right? Our main source for this is going to be this awesome episode from the podcast Moroccan Tales for the World.
Cool.
Have you heard that one?
I've not, no.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I was checking it out, getting ready for this.
Nice.
Yeah, you're going to be amazed by some of these stories.
Oh, I'm sure.
The first African team to hit a certain World Cup milestone, and get this,
Okay.
players who could have played for other national teams, but they chose Morocco.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. Football in Morocco, it's huge.
Really?
More than just a sport. It's a way of life there.
Mm.
And the podcast episode we're looking at, it really shows that, oh, yeah. And we can't forget about Morocco's incredible run in the 1986 World Cup.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of this, didn't they?
They became the first African nation to ever make it to the knockout stages.
Wow, that's huge.
It was inspiring for so many people, not just in Morocco, but across Africa.
Yeah, that must have been like a dream come true for them.
It was huge. And it kind of paved the way for all the amazing Moroccan players we see today.
For sure. And speaking of amazing players, we got to talk about two guys who are featured heavily in this podcast episode.
Okay, who are we talking about?
Hakim Ziyech and Achraf Hakimi.
Oh, yeah. Big names.
They're like the definition of modern Moroccan football legends.
For sure.
First up, Hakim Ziyech,
Ooh, yes.
the magician.
I love that nickname.
Right. Just the nickname alone, you know he's got to be good.
You already know he's got some tricks up his sleeve.
Exactly. And what's really cool about him is that he chose to play for Morocco even though he grew up in the Netherlands. His parents are Moroccan, so he had the option, but he chose Morocco. And it really shows how strong his connection is to his roots.
That's a powerful statement.
Definitely. And the podcast episode dives into that decision, like how much it meant to Moroccans, how it made him a national hero.
I bet.
He's carrying a lot on his shoulders, you know, representing a whole nation's hopes and dreams.
That's a lot of pressure.
For sure, but his skills on the field definitely back it up. You'll see in the episode how he totally earned that nickname, the magician.
What's he known for? Like his style?
He's got these crazy passes, powerful shots. I mean, he can just control the game.
Wow. Sounds like a true playmaker.
Oh, yeah. And there's this moment in the 2022 World Cup where he just orchestrates this incredible attack that leads Morocco to a big win against Canada.
I gotta see this.
It's amazing. And speaking of the 2022 World Cup,
Okay.
remember all the amazing moments from that?
How could I forget?
Well, we got to talk about Achraf Hakimi, the golden defender.
Oh, yes. Another legend.
Another one who chose Morocco even though he was born in Spain.
Wow. So both of them. That's interesting.
Right. Like they're part of this new wave of players who are choosing their heritage over their birthplace, you know?
That's really
It's a big statement about national pride. And Hakimi, man, this guy's fast.
Really
Like lightning, he can defend, he can attack, he's a total powerhouse.
complete player.
Oh, yeah, one of the top defenders in the world for sure. And in the 2022 World Cup, he scored this insane penalty kick against Spain in the round of 16.
Yeah, I remember that. That sent Morocco to the quarterfinals.
I know. Can you imagine the pressure?
I can't even imagine.
And then his celebration afterward, he did the penguin dance with his mom.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was so cute.
It went totally viral. It was the best.
I loved that.
It was like a moment that everyone could connect with, you know?
Totally.
Like football can be more than just a game sometimes. It can be about family, joy, expressing who you are, you know?
Absolutely. Can bring people together in such a powerful way.
For sure. And that's what we're seeing here with these Moroccan players and their stories. It's amazing.
It really is inspiring.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, the podcast focuses a lot on Ziyech and Hakimi, but are there any other Moroccan football legends we should know about?
Oh, tons.
Really?
Moroccan football has such a rich history, filled with incredible players who've left their mark on the game.
Like, I'm curious.
Well, there's this guy named Larbi Ben Barak. He played back in the 1950s and was known as the Black Pearl.
Wow, the Black Pearl. That's a cool nickname.
Right. He was an absolute icon, paved the way for so many Moroccan players who came after him. And then there's Mohamed Tamoumi, a midfield genius known for his incredible vision and playmaking.
Wow, so Ziyech and Hakimi are really building on a strong foundation, huh?
Absolutely. They're part of a lineage of greatness, carrying the torch for Moroccan football on the world stage.
It makes you wonder who the next generation of Moroccan stars will be, right?
Oh, for sure. The future of Moroccan football is so bright, with so much potential. We're bound to see even more talented players emerge in the coming years.
That's what's so exciting about it. There's always something new to look forward to.
Exactly. It's a constantly evolving story, full of passion, talent, and a deep love for the game.
Awesome.
Yeah. One thing that really struck me in the podcast was how they talk about football in Morocco like it's more than just a game.
Yeah, I saw that too. Like, more than just a sport, it's a way of life.
Right. Like, what does that even mean?
I know. It's kind of hard to picture.
So they were talking about, like, imagine cafes where everyone's glued to the TV, watching the game, arguing about it.
Oh, yeah. Like the whole cafe stops for the match.
Exactly. And then, like, kids everywhere playing in the streets, dreaming of becoming the next big star.
So it's like this shared passion that brings people together.
Totally. It doesn't matter who you are, everyone's united by their love for football.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you see that in the way they celebrate victories, too. It's this massive outpouring of joy, like the whole country's in on it.
That makes me think about that 1986 World Cup win we were talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That must have been insane.
I bet it, like, supercharged that national unity.
Absolutely.
Right.
Like, it was proof that Morocco could compete on a world stage, that they could achieve anything.
I bet it inspired so many people.
It did. A whole generation grew up believing that they could reach those heights, too.
Wow, so it's like these individual stories of players like Ziyech and Hakimi. They're part of something much bigger.
Exactly. They're symbols of what's possible, proof that talent and hard work can take you to the top, especially when you have that love for your country driving you.
And the fact that they both chose Morocco, even though they had other options, just adds another layer to it, right?
For sure. Like, they could have easily played for other countries, but they chose to represent their heritage, to give back to the land of their ancestors.
I can't even imagine how tough that decision must have been.
I know the pressure, the expectations, but ultimately they followed their hearts.
Yeah, it's a powerful statement about identity and belonging, you know?
Totally. And it sends a message to everyone, especially young Moroccans, that being proud of your heritage is something to celebrate.
Absolutely. So we've been talking a lot about Ziyech and Hakimi, but
Yeah.
I'm just curious, are there any other Moroccan football legends that kind of paved the way for them, you know?
Oh, yeah, tons.
Really?
Moroccan football's got a long history of amazing players.
Oh, I'd love to hear about some of them.
Well, there's this guy, Larbi Benbrek, played in the 50s. They called him the Black Pearl.
Whoa, the Black Pearl, that's awesome.
I know, right? He was like a total icon, one of the first Moroccan players to gain international recognition. And then there's Mohamed Timoumi, an incredible midfielder known for his playmaking skills, like Ziyech.
Wow. So Ziyech and Hakimi are really standing on the shoulders of giants, huh?
Absolutely. They're carrying on a legacy of talent and passion that's been passed down through generations.
That's so cool. And it makes you wonder, like, who's next?
Yeah.
You know? Who are the future Moroccan stars?
Right. Like, who's going to pick up that torch and run with it?
Exactly. It's so exciting to think about.
Oh, the future of Moroccan football is definitely bright. There's so much potential there.
I can't wait to see what they do next. It's going to be amazing.
Me too. It's an incredible story that's still being written.
Wow. This deep dive has been amazing.
It really has.
I mean, who knew Moroccan football was so interesting?
Right. There's so much to it.
Yeah, it's more than just the game itself. It's like a whole cultural phenomenon.
Absolutely.
But you know what's really stuck with me?
What's that?
It's that choice that players like Ziyech and Hakimi made.
Oh, yeah, to play for Morocco.
Yeah, even though they were born in other countries.
Right, like they could have easily played for the Netherlands or Spain.
I know, but they chose to represent their heritage, their ancestral homeland, and it's just so powerful.
It really is. And it goes beyond just football, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it makes you think about identity and belonging in a globalized world. It's like they're challenging these traditional ideas of national allegiance.
Exactly. It's like saying, hey, my connection to my heritage is stronger than any passport.
Yeah, and it sparks this conversation about what it really means to belong, to connect with your roots.
Totally. And in the world of international sport, that's a huge statement.
It really is, and I can only imagine the pressure they must have felt.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like expectations from both sides representing two cultures.
And dealing with people who might not understand their decisions.
Exactly, but ultimately, they chose Morocco.
And that choice, it speaks volumes.
It really does. It inspires people, shows them that embracing your heritage is something to be proud of.
Definitely, it adds a whole other layer to their
It
achievements.
makes their stories even more meaningful.
Absolutely.
So this deep dive has definitely left me wanting to learn more about Moroccan football,
Me too. It's fascinating.
like its history, the fans, everything. Any suggestions on where to go from here?
Well, you can check out some documentaries about Moroccan football. They're really insightful.
Ooh, good idea.
Yeah, and there are tons of articles and stories about other Moroccan football legends, both past and present.
That's a great starting point, thanks.
No problem. I'm glad we could dive into this together.
Me too. It's been an eye-opening journey.
For sure.
And to our listeners, we encourage you to keep exploring this fascinating world of Moroccan football.
Yeah, there's so much to discover.
It's a reminder that sport can be so much more than just entertainment.
It can be a reflection of history, a source of national pride, and a powerful way for people to express their culture.
Well said. So that wraps up our deep dive into the heart of Moroccan football. We have explored its triumphs, its cultural significance, and the incredible stories of its legendary players.
It's been a great journey.
It really has. And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep the passion for the beautiful game alive.
Cheers to that.